This is Bloodforge. We're here on Xbox Series X taking a look at this hack and slash game where you play as, like, I think it's Crom or something like that. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here on the Series X? Well, it's definitely sub 720p, and I believe this should be 30 FPS. But an aside, it should actually be running smoother now with the extra power, and it should also be kind of handling better because they put out an update after I had played it. Because I reviewed this one ahead of its release back in the day, because this was, I believe it was a Summer of Arcade title. And it was, you know, kind of like a bit, I want to say maybe Souls-esque or something like that. It was a hack and slash. But I remember it being kind of difficult gameplay-wise. I remember some of the bosses being a little bit tough. But I think that could have literally just been because the performance and stuff wasn't the best. And there's not really a whole lot of info on this game. Oh, and there's also auto HDR as well. But yeah, there's not really a lot of information on Bloodforge, which is a shame, because it's actually kind of like a neat, dark, messed up sort of world. You know, the combat and stuff is kind of cool. It's an interesting messed up thing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's, I wouldn't necessarily say maybe a gem or something like that, but it's just a title that's kind of been almost forgotten, and I think that is a bit of a shame, because it's kind of like atmospherically sort of cool, and I believe it has like a connection between this character and his like wife, and wanted to settle, and then everything kind of went bad and you're in this weird messed up world. I did finish it all back in the day. I do remember definitely being frustrated with it. I think I even did like a walkthrough for it. I can't quite recall, but I was like, yeah, it's been quite a long time on this one. Yeah, I did. I actually did a walkthrough of this back in the day. Huh. That was a long, long time ago. Ooh. Oh yeah, and then you're gaining, like, special, like, ability things. And I don't think you can actually skip the cinematics. You can pause it. Yeah, you can pause it, but you can't skip it. Interesting.
Through it, you can take the power of your enemies. A power you will need to traverse the
power
Bloodforge.
of the sun in the palm of my hand?
It is a myth told to children and fools.
As am I.
So, a warrior named Crom, who lusts for revenge against the Celtic gods that betrayed his life of peace. I got it. I was on the right path for that one. And I don't think the reception for most people was like great. I couldn't even find necessarily, I'd have to search a little bit harder, but I can't even find my initial like written review for it. But I remember thinking it was okay. Oh, big god fight. Some really grotesque enemies. I think the music's actually a bit of a standout. Oh, and there's like an arena in the menu that you can choose as well if you want to, you know, I guess take on various waves and stuff. And you gotta remember, this was like a 360 arcade title too, right? Uh-oh. Oh no! Ah, it's just a broken leg. Who needs that? I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we end up killing that thing.
guards the entrance to the Bloodforge.
I gotta say, it's a pretty sleek transition
Serves all the gods.
from,
What does he guard against?
you know, the gameplay
Well, you.
into, or from the cinematics into gameplay and back into cinematics.
These cats. You'll want to look inside them.
It was a bit more rare at the time for that.
Be a trap.
Not
Especially for
trap.
this, like, you know, this was when the arcade started, I guess you would say, expanding in scope. Like, they were finally doing bigger and bigger games at the time.
I'll heal.
Especially with the summer of arcade and stuff that they
The
did.
gauntlet can only do so much. And we want to make sure that you see this through, Crom. We want to ensure that you get your revenge.
Goodbye, crow lady.
Turn back, destroyer. You will find nothing here but your
Should have picked a later chapter where there's more like running about. It is really linear though. Literally throws like troops for me to fight. Yeah, I love going back and playing more obscure titles like this. Always brings me such joy. Look at that, a great execution. I think they were maybe going for like more of a God of War type vibe with this too, now that I'm thinking of it. I'm out for blood. Yeah, I wonder if I'd actually be way better at this game and just like mow through it. With age comes intense wisdom. Or not. Who's to say? Whoa! That was gnarly. It's so neat that you got the reload so you can't just like abuse the crossbow. But I remember doing that for some bosses, it'd just be like crossbowing up. Keep in mind, it has been a very long time since I last played this, but it's always been something I've looked at in my library being like, someday. Ooh.
Never hold back, Crom. The gauntlet's power will overwhelm and engulf you. Use
I love the slow motion rolls. Only two guys? There we go. Kind of hoping that the blood wave attack will let me kill these guys in one row, you know. I think it'd make you a little bit more powerful. Oh, that guy looks like an executioner. Big axe. Somebody eats well. This guy is taking a lot of damage. And now I go onwards.
Let loose your rage.
Ultimate insta-kill. Oh cool, it's like a wheel of blood. Enjoy the afterlife. Oh, actually, is this the afterlife? Anyways. Blood pits. Love me some blood pits. Get it because it's Bloodforge, the game? Oh yeah, I remember doing this. Mana Shrine. It's one of those gates where it's like, you cannot pass. That was a very casual kind of slash against that guy. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Kind of enjoying taking a look at this one again. Oh, it's like a level up system. Cool. I'm electing to ignore that person for now. I think they call that spawn camping. Didn't stand a chance. I feel like that was almost a waste of that ability. His teammates are so confused. They're like, what is this guy doing? It's complete overkill. Just kick the door down. I want to get in there. Oh, this guy's got 2 slashy thingies on his fingers. Or those like nail things. Giant nail stabbies. Just savage. Yeah, I love the gore and the mature content and blood and stuff. Looks fantastic still. I mean, everything is really jagged around the edges in this game, but, you know, all things considered, it's actually pretty good looking. You know, for an arcade title and stuff, wow. Well, let's carry onwards. You know what? I also think I have a lot more health, because I'm thinking my progress kind of carries between, like, replaying stuff. Kind of trying to execute that guy on the ground there, and it just was not triggering at all. That was a good time. Anybody else want a little action? Die! Mana.